Welcome back, John Morris Show on a Monday. We welcome in Baylor baseball assistant coach Zach Dillon. The Bears coming off the weekend series against UCF, dropped the first two games Friday and Saturday, but bounced back in a nice way, Zach, on Sunday to win the game 8-7, come from behind win over UCF. Great way to end the series and your final home game of the season on Sunday.
Yeah, it was really a big day for us and for our team and program. The first 2 days did not go our way. Obviously, they got to Davenport and they got to Wallace really early in the ball game, which can sometimes lead, when you're a little thin in the bullpen due to injuries and you're trying to hold guys back for winnable situations and leverage moments. The following day, some things can get out of hand, and that's what certainly happened on Saturday. But for our guys to bounce back after really not having a chance to be in the Friday or Saturday game, for our guys to bounce back and really compete hard today and fight with their backs against the wall, couldn't be more proud of that effort. Ethan Calder went out in his last outing at the Baylor ballpark and just flat out competed. Got down early. We were down 4-0, but we weren't down for long. Offensively, we had an answer every time they scored today, which was big time. Proud of Tyce Armstrong for being the single season home run king now at Baylor, in his lone year as a Baylor Bear, and Brady Janusek with a big freshman year to tie Max Muncy's freshman record for home runs. So pretty cool day at the ballpark. Big win for us. Gives us a little momentum going into our last weekend at Utah, and hopefully propels us into the Big 12 tournament with some juice.
Yeah, really, I kind of buried the lead there, but Tyce Armstrong with the home run. He is 22nd of the season. We've been on Tyce watch for a while now, really since last weekend. But really cool to see, isn't it, to see him break Charlie Carter's record that goes back 28 years.
Yeah, we all wanted it for him, and we all know Charlie Carter is as well as far as our coaching staff's concerned. And I know Charlie will be proud of Tice and proud of somebody finally getting him all these years later. But what a great kid, what a great teammate. I actually posted. I don't post often about things, but I think when guys are deserving of praise and they're doing great things on the field, I think it's important to know what kind of human being he is. He came here for his lone year, but he's been all about the team, all about winning, all about helping our program, all about helping our young guys. He gets after it every day. We know we're getting his best, and for a guy to go out with that mentality day in and day out, has definitely helped our program moving forward. Our young guys have had a really good role model to look to as far as leadership and how you're supposed to go about this. He's been everything and more that we could have thought he was going to be.
Yeah, that's very well said. He does Charlie proud, doesn't he? I mean, if there's a guy that's going to break Charlie's record, it's great that it's a guy like Tyce and so many similarities between those two guys.
No doubt. Coach Thompson's talked about the parallels between him and Charlie's career. Obviously, Charlie transferring from the University of Texas, playing first base, being a big physical right-handed hitter, and Tice being the same, just from UTA. The thing about Tice is Tice probably had more career at bats than Charlie before his time at Baylor. So Tice may be a little more experienced on the field when he got here, but both guys certainly big-time power threats in their own rights. And I'm proud to have been a part of Tice's year and hope, hitting the one today frees him up to hit a bunch more here in the coming games.
Yeah, that's right. He's sitting at 22, and the season's not over. I mean, he's going to have some more opportunities. Moved him up in the order, hitting second in the lineup this weekend. First time all year he's done that. Was there any concern that UCF might try to pitch around him all weekend?
Well, that was one of the reasons for the move. Put him behind, or put Janusek behind him. At least Janusek's on paper has some numbers that may cause some hesitation to work around Tice with an open base. It didn't work out today in the situation that came up, second and third, nobody out. But at the same time, it gets our two best, what we feel our three best hitters at the top of the lineup and to the plate as many times as we can. And we feel like where we're at offensively with some young guys down there at the end and some guys without the experience down there at the end, the more we can get those three guys to the plate, the better off we're going to be offensively.
Yeah, very good. Tyce with the home run, but some other guys also, three other guys with home runs. You mentioned Janusek tying or passing Max Muncy, freshman home run record. And then Travis Sanders had one, and Braden Buchanan had a home run today also.
Yeah, and both were huge. All three of them were huge, but I think Travis's gives us a 1-run lead after Cole Close has a good at bat and singles through the left side, and then Braden Buchanan, man, of all guys, like we lose JJ last week, and Braden steps in there with a big swing and happens to be the winning run. Just a really big swing of the bat. And it was kind of our message to the hitters today. Like we don't know how many runs it's going to take, but we're going to try to score as many as we can. And at that point, I think they had cut the lead to one, working into the top or the bottom half of that inning, and Braden got it right back for us with a big swing of the bat. So couldn't be more proud of him. Just big time moment for him in his career, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah. How about you, former catcher, about the job that Braden has done stepping in there to step in for the injured J.J. Kennett?
Yeah, and I don't think people realize how tough it is to catch a 3-game series and the humidity and the heat that we had this weekend, especially when you haven't done it all year, been asked to do it ever in your career. So for him to give us, 27 strong innings behind the plate and then come away with a big swing of the bat and his last at bat today, I've been in that fourth and fifth at bat on Sundays before after having caught that many innings and on a hot weekend. And it's tough to stay in your legs. It's tough to maintain your focus on the offensive part of the game. And man, big time moment.
How about Cole Landcloss, the way he's stepped in at third base due to some other injuries, and I think he was on base all four times today.
Yeah, just a baseball player, man. That's why he's here. Like I've got pretty good track record with him. Obviously, we knew he was an undersized guy, but we knew what kind of baseball player he was, and we knew what kind of mentality and the worker that he is. Another kid that's just all about the team, all about winning. Cole didn't come here to pitch, and in January we're like, man, we're going to be thin with these injuries. Cole closed in high school a little bit and can give us something on the mound. And yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to get on the field. Well, him having done that, really freed us up to where, he's probably a guy that goes into the year, if we're not going to pitch him, that might be a redshirt candidate, with the depth we've had. But, obviously with the injuries to Dotson and Clements right now, struggling to play defense on the field with an injury. And we're just really thin in the infield. And Cole's a guy that's extremely versatile and can do a lot of things really well on the defensive side of the ball. He has done nothing but work and get better offensively all spring, and I'm glad he's seeing some success. He's a guy that's going to compete. He can handle the bunt game. The swing's short enough and compact enough that it gives him a chance to compete right now as a freshman. He's got pretty good strike zone awareness and discipline, and I think he's only going to get better. But, the job he's done at third base, this is a guy that didn't play a ton of third base in his life. He gets thrown over there at Arizona State on probably the toughest infield surface to play in the league, and does a really good job, really from that point forward, and has made some big plays. And he's had some tough chances over there for sure. So he's made big plays and big moments. And I think that's a credit to him and kind of his demeanor and his belief in himself. But really excited for Cole as well.
Zach, what does this win on Sunday do for you guys? A little momentum, positive mojo, if you will, going to Utah to close the regular season this week.
Yeah, I think it was a day for us to really punch ourselves out of the hole we were digging ourselves. And obviously this game can have big momentum swings team to team, week to week, month to month. And anytime you can stop that momentum from going the opposite direction, it's a big day. But as stated, like the things that occurred today, from Tyce's home run to Janusek's home run to getting a win, to getting Caleb Bunch back out there and him finishing a game again. I think that is all big going into the home stretch of the year here, where we're going to have to win games. And you know what? When you've got young guys believing and understanding what it takes to compete at this level and fight every day for everything you can get, especially when you're a little thin and limited due to injury. I think it's important that they can understand that the competitive spirit can push you over the hump. If you go out there with the right mindset, the right belief, the right mentality, and you fight back, you always got a chance. And I think that's what we learned today. We've learned it at other times during the year. But when you get drummed 19-3, it can suck that out of you pretty quick. So for the guys to be resilient and hang in there, believe into what Coach Thompson's message was this morning, and really go out and exhibit it on the field, I think it is a testament to where we're at as a program. I don't think 2 years ago we have any chance in heck of winning a ball game today, but we did today, and we did at Cincinnati. And those are kind of to me, it's a measuring stick of the DNA and the fabric of the program right now. We may be a little short in some areas, and in large part due to injury, in large part due to youth. But at the same time, we're in there with anybody on any given day, depending on our mentality and our fight.
Very cool. Well, Zach, appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And short week. You're going to turn around and play again Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Utah. Good luck in those games. And then on to the Big 12 tournament after that. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate you, John.
Thanks very much. Zach Dillon, Baylor baseball assistant coach. We'll be back with more after this.